So we're at the end of fall break. It's a Sunday afternoon. The weather is gorgeous. Kids don't want to go back to school tomorrow, but they're out of luck. They gotta go. We're having a lazy Sunday afternoon, and I thought I would take the last of my roast chicken and my homemade chicken broth and make chicken and slicks. That is the Appalachian style of chicken and dumplings. And this is the way my grandmother did it. Now, she always called it chicken and dumplings. It wasn't until, oh gosh, where did I get the name chicken and slicks? I think it came out of one of the America's Test Kitchen cookbooks. I never knew there was another name, but when I went and did some research on it, that is what you should call it if you make this style. All right, so all I've got is about a tablespoon of butter in my Dutch oven back here, and it's melting. I've got 1 onion, 1 carrot, and 1 celery. Now, traditionally, a lot of chicken and dumpling recipes simply simmered a chicken, shredded the meat, and added the dumplings, which is great. It's really, really delicious. But I like doing things like, well, I roasted a couple of chickens the other day. I had more than I needed, which was part of my point. I then shredded the meat. I made broth from the carcass, and now I've got 2 meals for the price of 1. Did you not realize I make chicken broth that way? I will work a chicken for everything it's got to give me. Broth, meat, you name it. Okay, so we're going to take just a couple minutes. I'm going to assemble the pieces that I need for my dumplings, and I'm going to let my vegetables saute, I guess, for about 5 to 7 minutes, okay? So I'll be back in a minute. Let's make the slicks for our chicken and slicks. Now, a slick is nothing but a wide noodle. That's all it is. I just happen to like saying chicken and slicks. I think it sounds really kind of fun. All right, so in my blender here, I've got a cup of all-purpose flour. Are we cooked over? And then when I made chicken broth the other day, I took the fat that came off the top, I stuck it in the refrigerator. It's already starting to melt just at room temperature, and that's the time that I roasted with the chicken. So this has got a lot of flavor.
That's weird.
It's not weird. This is the traditional way. Listen, in Appalachian kitchens 100, 150 years ago, they didn't waste anything. They couldn't afford to. If they started throwing away stuff like that, they would have no fat to cook with. And it was a very vegetable-rich diet, so they had to maximize every little bit of fat like that. So about a teaspoon of salt, about a half a teaspoon of black pepper, and a splash of the chicken broth. I think I may just put too much chicken broth in there. We'll see what happens. But you notice that this is one of those recipes where everything is used. So for the dumplings, we use the chicken broth and the chicken fat. And this isn't like a biscuit. You're not worrying about, over mixing or overworking the dough. Actually, that's just about right. So
that was fast.
It doesn't take long. Okay, see, that's the texture you're looking for. It's a little tiny bit too much broth, but I'll just put more flour on my counter because we're gonna roll these out. And I've still got my vegetables back here behind me. They are sweating. That's the technical term. It really is. That just means that the vegetables have gotten to the point where they have become fragrant, and yeah, they smell good, don't they? They really do smell good. They've become fragrant and they're releasing their moisture. So, on my hands.
You're cleaning that up.
Don't I always? All right, so to my Dutch oven back here. Adding my chicken broth. A little bit back, because it's all about this dish. It's all about the chicken and the noodles. So you want to have lots of chicken and lots of slicks in your chicken and slicks. And this is a really soft dough, so you want to be a little bit careful. And I turned the heat up on that pot. We want to get a nice boil, because when we drop our dumplings in, we want it moving a lot so they won't stick together. Alrighty. Lots of flour on our rolling pin. at that pretty dough, Bladen.
Still owe me a pie.
I do owe you a pie. I'll make you a pie. Bladen is new to being my camera guy. He's learning. Go back and watch, what did we make the other day, Bladen? We made something, and he was a little jerky with the camera.
Wobbly.
But he's learned a lot. Okay, now we're at a point where, oh my God. All right, our pot is just coming up to a full boil. We're going to turn it down so it's just doing a good simmer. We want movement in the pot because we don't want our noodles to stick together, but we don't want to beat them up when they go in there. So this is the big technique. Roll a butter knife, and you're just cutting ribbons. See? Ooh, this dough is soft. That's it. So I like to do them about like that. So let's cut them all up. This is a lot of dumplings for this pot, but it seems like all the kids want all the dumplings, and I never have quite enough. So one of these days I'll get a perfect pot and get the ratio all in there exactly. So I've got enough dumplings for everybody. For now, I can't seem to make enough dumplings, and I'd rather have too many than too little. And the flour that sticks to your dumplings is also going to help thicken your broth. I shouldn't call them dumplings. They're not dumplings. They're slicks. All right, so work carefully because they're very soft, and you lay them in there one at a time. There we go. Just like that. All right, I'm going to get the rest of these in here and let them simmer. Oh, they're already floating and getting nice and fat. And I'll be back and show you what it looks like when it all comes together. All right, so I don't have all of them in there yet, but I wanted to show you what they do. They pop up to the surface, and all we're going to do, once I've got all these in here, is stir it, but we're going to stir it very gently. See, we don't want to break up our slicks, okay? All right, I just wanted to show them what it looked like at that point. I am ready. We've only given these about 5 minutes, and the dumplings or the slicks are almost cooked all the way through. Why are you making faces at me? What was the face for? So I gave it a taste a minute ago. This is important. This is how you make your broth matters, because if you've roasted a chicken and you have like a salt rub, or if it was brined, your broth is probably going to be salty by the time you get it ready. But this case, the broth was not at all salty, so I have to pop that up a little bit. So taste it and make a determination based on, you know, which broth you've got at that point. And all of our chicken. I think I've got about 4 cups of chicken here. The chicken is already roasted, and I shredded it, and all we want to do is warm it through, because if we cook it very long, it'll get dry. The texture won't be very nice. That's not fun. Okay. I'd say by the time I get back over here with a bowl, this will be ready to dish up. So, give me half a second. Later. Sorry. So I'm coming under here. I'm getting a nice big ladle full of noodles. And I want a good bit of chicken and a lot of broth and everything in here together. This big fat noodle on top. That's about right. I'm gonna have to fight for noodles in a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix myself up all I can manage to get. Don't make faces at me. You know y'all take all my noodles. And just because it's pretty, that carrot on there. Okay. See our nice soft fat noodles? That is our Appalachian chicken and slicks. That's gonna burn my mouth. I'm gonna talk to you for a second before I bite it. So if you enjoyed this recipe, or if I've helped you out at all, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up down below. And if you've got a question, ask it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer as fast as I can. Follow me on the social media thing, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. I'm on all those. And if you really want to help me out, jump on over and check out the link at Patreon. That's something new I'm just trying out. So Appalachian Chicken and Slicks, or Appalachian Style Chicken and Dumplings.
That's my bowl.
That's my bowl. Sorry, bud.